The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is still months away from launch, yet it's already making waves across the tech world. Leaks, benchmarks, and insider tips have given us a surprisingly clear look at Samsung's upcoming flagship. And make no mistake, this is shaping up to be more than just another upgrade, it's a statement. A bold refinement of everything Samsung does best, from cutting-edge design and breathtaking displays to camera technology and raw performance that pushes smartphones into an entirely new era. Today, we're diving into everything we know about the Galaxy S26 Ultra, including design, cameras, display, performance, battery, software, colors, benchmarks, pricing, and release date. By the end of this video, you'll understand why the S26 Ultra might just be Samsung's most complete flagship ever. Design and build. Let's begin with design, because that's the first thing people notice when they see a phone. With the S26 Ultra, Samsung is finally moving away from the subtle cosmetic tweaks we've seen over the last few years. Since the Galaxy S22 Ultra, the rear camera rings have been Samsung's signature design choice, but let's be honest, year after year, the differences were minimal. Even with the S25 Ultra, the changes were more about aesthetics than substance. That all changes with the S26 Ultra. This phone is expected to be significantly slimmer and lighter. We're looking at a body thickness of around 7.7 to 7.8 mm compared to the S25 Ultra's 8.2 mm. It doesn't sound like much on paper, but in the hand, this makes a huge difference. A thinner frame not only looks more premium but also makes the device more comfortable to use. Despite slimming down, Samsung has managed to retain a solid build that feels both elegant and durable. Now, the back of the phone is where things get truly interesting. Thanks to major camera upgrades, which we'll cover in detail later, the layout is changing. Larger apertures mean larger lenses, and larger lenses mean a more pronounced camera bump. Some renders suggest Samsung may stick with the floating lens design, but others hint at a rectangular camera module, reminiscent of the Galaxy S21 Ultra, one of Samsung's most iconic designs. Either way, this is no longer just about aesthetics. The new design is directly tied to performance, and that's where Samsung is setting itself apart. Display technology. Turn the phone around to the front, and you're greeted with what's shaping up to be the best smartphone display on the market. Samsung has always led in this area, and with the Galaxy S26 Ultra, they're raising the bar once again. The phone is expected to retain its massive 6.9-inch Dynamic AMOLED panel, but this time with brand new COE, circular on-cell, display technology. This innovation brings several key benefits. First, brightness levels are going up, making the screen even more visible under harsh sunlight. Second, Samsung is introducing its third-generation anti-reflection coating, which dramatically reduces glare. Imagine using your phone outdoors and still being able to see deep contrast in vivid colors without constantly adjusting the angle. That's what this upgrade delivers. COE technology also improves color accuracy and sharpness while simultaneously enhancing power efficiency. In practice, this means better visuals and longer battery life, a rare win-win in smartphone design. The bezels are also expected to shrink further, giving users an even more immersive edge-to-edge viewing experience. Camera system. Now let's get to what many consider the heart of the Ultra series, the cameras. The Galaxy S26 Ultra continues with the 200-megapixel ISOCELL HP2 sensor first introduced in the S23 Ultra, but this year Samsung is focusing on refinement over raw megapixel counts. The key upgrade comes from larger apertures. The main sensor and the 5x periscope lens are both expected to feature wider apertures, which translates to dramatically improved low-light photography, faster shutter speeds, and sharper detail in difficult conditions. In simple terms, your night shots will look brighter, cleaner, and more lifelike. The 3x telephoto lens is also getting an upgrade, jumping from 10 megapixels to 12 megapixels. It's a modest increase, but when combined with Samsung's advanced computational photography, the results should be much more impressive. Instead of chasing higher megapixels, Samsung is focusing on delivering meaningful improvements to everyday photography. Put all of this together, and the S26 Ultra camera system is designed to outperform its predecessors in real-world use, not just on paper. And with Samsung's software optimizations and AI-powered image processing, we can expect smoother zoom transitions, faster focus, and more natural-looking results across the board. Performance and benchmarks. Performance is another area where the Galaxy S26 Ultra is making headlines. According to fresh Geekbench 6.4 listings, the device has achieved a staggering 3,393 points in single-core and an incredible 11,515 points in multi-core performance. These numbers instantly place it at the very top of smartphone performance charts, even surpassing Apple's iPhone 16 Pro Max in certain tests. Powering this performance is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 for Galaxy. This isn't just a standard processor, it's a custom-tuned version designed specifically for Samsung, featuring higher clock speeds of up to 4.74 GHz, paired with the Adreno 840 GPU. This chip is built for everything from heavy gaming to next-gen AI tasks. But the processor isn't the only star of the show. The S26 Ultra is also debuting with Samsung's own LPDDR5X RAM capable of speeds up to 10.7 gigabits per second. That's a 25% jump over the S25 Ultra's RAM and currently the fastest smartphone memory in the world. And unparalleled responsiveness, even when handling demanding tasks like 8K video editing or advanced AI workflows. Combined with Android 16 and One UI 8.5, Samsung is delivering a tightly optimized system that makes the most of this cutting-edge hardware. This isn't just about benchmarks, it's about real-world performance that feels faster, smoother, and more reliable than anything else on the market. Colors and aesthetics. Of course, no flagship is complete without eye-catching aesthetics, and Samsung is giving consumers plenty of options. Leaked palettes suggest standard colors such as dark red, navy, silver, and jet black, along with online-exclusive shades like mint, rose quartz, and vanilla. Another set of leaks points to ice blue, titanium gray, mint green, pearl white, phantom black, and champagne gold. Whichever palette Samsung ultimately confirms, one thing is certain: the Galaxy S26 Ultra will have one of the most stylish and versatile color lineups of any flagship to date. From bold and luxurious to subtle and professional, there's a finish here for every type of user. Battery and charging. Battery life remains a critical factor in any flagship, and here Samsung is making smart choices. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to continue with a 5000 mAh battery, the same capacity Samsung has used for several generations. While some may have hoped for a larger battery, the real story is in efficiency. Thanks to the new display technology and the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2's improved power management, users can expect longer screen-on times and more reliable endurance. Charging speeds are finally getting a boost as well. After years of being stuck at 45 watt, the S26 Ultra is expected to support 60 watt fast charging. This may not match the 100 watt or 120 watt speeds seen from some Chinese manufacturers, but it's still a meaningful upgrade for Samsung users. And with improved efficiency, 60 watt charging should be more than enough for most people, filling the phone in well under an hour. Software and future updates. On the software side, the Galaxy S26 Ultra will debut with Android 16 and Samsung's latest One UI 8.5 skin. Early builds of the firmware have already been spotted on Samsung's OTA servers, signaling that internal testing is well underway. With Samsung's track record of offering some of the best long-term support in the Android world, users can expect years of updates and security patches, ensuring the device stays fast, secure, and feature-rich for the long run. Price and release date. As for price, reports suggest Samsung may keep things steady despite all these upgrades. Thanks to TSMC's improved 3nm manufacturing process, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 isn't significantly more expensive to produce than its predecessor. This means Samsung can deliver cutting-edge hardware without raising prices dramatically. If history is any guide, we can expect the Galaxy S26 Ultra to launch around February 2025, right in line with Samsung's usual flagship timeline. Final verdict. The Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't just another yearly refresh. From its sleek, thinner design and stunning COE display to the refined camera system, record-breaking performance, and powerful battery optimizations, it's clear Samsung is raising the bar once again. With luxurious color options, the fastest RAM in the world, and charging speeds finally catching up with the competition, this phone is shaping up to be Samsung's most complete flagship to date. So, what do you think? Is the Galaxy S26 Ultra living up to the hype, or do you think Samsung still needs to push harder to stay ahead of Apple and the rest of the Android competition? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Samsung's biggest launch of the year. Until next time, thanks for watching.